my first memory of meeting you, Taz, was this skinny white kid playing for Mac Bay with a bit more skill than most of his teammates, and I remember always actually looking forward to those games against Mac Bay, because I remember being at Kaikorai, and it was a big competitive match for us. I think the two teams that were probably the better teams with the higher quality players, and Nossi, Kane, saw you running around for Strath Tyree with a few of the other lads that we ended up playing age group hockey with, and yeah, I mean, you were probably a similar size to what you are now at that point, so a pretty dominant figure, even though you're a few years younger than us, and probably already ready to beat us up on the field, so thanks for taking it easy on me.
Yeah, I remember playing against you boys at Kaikorai. Obviously Dave was coaching and you guys were carving everyone up, and I kind of came into hockey a little bit later, and yeah, I guess that seeing you guys play, had a good team, like having fun, Eddie doing backflips when he scored, and they were fun games, and then Nossi with 40 and the boys at Strath Tyree, that was good fun as well.
I remember being a little squirt when I first met you boys and played against you guys, and I was nowhere near as good as you guys. I was sort of just this little guy in the field that no one probably acknowledged, but I really did look up to you guys, and I guess probably when you guys left my age group and I was then the older guy, it kind of felt like I'd sort of taken your guys' role and sort of, yeah, somewhat learned a lot from you guys as pretty dominant figures.
Yeah, I think getting towards the end of primary school, when we got our first opportunity to actually play together with us three, and Rossi, Horty, Gabe, and all the lads in Dunedin that were pretty handy with a hockey stick. It was pretty special to have this real core of a team that started there. I don't think we ever thought we were any good. Like, I remember always feeling like the underdogs, and we were coming to play these big bad teams from North Island, and going up to Canterbury to play Canterbury, and we always kind of thought we were going to struggle and going to have to fight harder than them to just be even. So I don't know, that's sort of my memory of those early years with you guys, is like building this culture with this group of lads, and just never feeling like we were good, and always feeling like we had to work harder than everyone else.
Yeah, same. Well, we definitely played on that underdog mentality. I remember having had a team weekend out in Karatani or Warrington. Yeah, good memory. Out at Warrington, and we came up with a team song and like something about being underdogs, and just went from there. It was pretty epic.
Yeah, I've got a couple of distinctive memories from my probably when I first started playing with you boys rather than against. And one of those was we had a development tournament in Cromwell. I suppose I would have been 8, you guys might have been 10. And myself and Hugo done a really nice 1-2 down the right-hand flank, and I actually scored a goal. And we used to have a hockey ball, and it was bright yellow, and when you were player of the day, you got given a hockey ball, and you used to write your name on it. That was a pretty early memory for me. And another one which was pretty tormenting was we used to do these runs through the botanical gardens with Dave Ross, and we used to sing our chant, which was along the lines of, "We are the boys from Otago, little in size but big in heart." And we're 9-year-old boys running through the botanical gardens, carrying each other on our shoulders, and that's not something I enjoyed, but I mean, that was like a pretty high level of training for some young grommets, which was probably a few values that Dave instilled in us from an early age.
I mean, my early memories of those camps are similar, like these really grueling fitness sessions, and also like quite military operations. Like, we were getting up at like 7 a.m, getting forced to have cold showers, and then going on like morning walks. And I think now being in the Black Sticks, you take that stuff for granted. It's like, oh yeah, you got to do your recovery and stuff, and we just had it instilled in us from when we were like 9 or 10 years old, and have carried it through, I guess, a little longer than some others.
You have a choice.
It's pretty mental that us three are hopefully going to play our 700 tests combined in Oman on the first game. I think it means as much to me today as it did in 2009 when I first got the shirt. Just like you two, I love this team and have given, you know, a third of my life to the shirt, and going out to play with you guys, there's always that knowledge of how much work's gone on from you guys since you were kids to give yourselves the opportunity to wear that shirt and to leave the shirt in a better place than when you picked it up. And so I think for me it's like continuing, you know, I don't want to say my legacy because I don't think that's important. I think the legacy of the shirt and the legacy of the Black Sticks men and how important that is to, you know, not only me but to the group and to the people who support us.
Yeah, well, I love playing for this team as well. I love playing with, you know, all the young players, all the new players that come through. And I think it's easier to look, you know, across and be proud of what you guys have done. I'm probably better at doing that than looking at myself. But, you know, I look at some of the sacrifices you've both made, you know, injuries, sacrifices away from other things in life. And, you know, I'm proud of you guys still playing for New Zealand, and the level that you're playing at is something that, you know, I'm extremely proud of, and I can see more than other guys in the team because I've been there with you since we were 10, so yeah, something I'm proud of.
Yeah, me too. I'm just extremely proud to play for New Zealand. Never could imagine I'd play 200 games and, you know, 250 for you boys. I guess every team I've been in for the last few years and that us three have been involved in, we've been pretty dominant figures. And, you know, I guess we're just, well, you guys are like huge leaders, super valuable to any team.
Taz, you're right, it's like very hard to, I don't know, none of us are ever appraising ourselves. We're quite probably critical of ourselves more than others. And so, you know, I think of you, Nossi, and where you've got to with your hockey, like you're one of the best players in the world consistently for the last 5-6 years, and that's pretty incredible achievement. Like it's not only, you know, you're not only one of the best in the NZ shirt, but globally, you know, you stack up against everyone else, and I don't think you recognise that. Like I think, you know, that's the Kiwi attitude. It's humble and it's all the good stuff. But like seeing you reach those heights, and you know your ability with the corner, but then your ability to play on the field is second to none. And so like seeing that, it makes me really proud, and it's almost like I get more buzz off that than my own stuff. And so, and similar to Taz, you know, like there's some years there where you were the best defender in the world in my view, and your ability on the ball going forward as well. It's just, you know, not many defenders have that mix. And so I'm always just like, yeah, super proud to see that from you guys, probably more so than other guys on the team, which is a little unfair because we've got some other pretty epic players too. But yeah, it's definitely something that we should probably be better at, is actually patting ourselves on the back every now and then too.
Yeah, I think that's fair. If you come to my house, you would see all the photos on the wall are actually typically of the three of us and Rossi. There's not many of just me. So I think that shows that, you know, my mother and father are not only proud of me, but proud of us as a group. And I guess there's just this little family feel of where we come from. And yeah, it's pretty awesome to see.
But looking ahead, you know, it's really, how do we stamp, you know, this team's mark on the world, and you know, really set these next generation of Black Sticks up for long-term success.
Yeah, and I think that right now we're in a really good space to launch something. There's a really good feel about the team at the moment, and I like the way we're playing, and you know, to be one of the older boys trying to keep up with the young guys and make something happen in the next, I don't know, 6 months, 7 months would be a bloody awesome way to go out.
Yeah, and I think probably now we're at the stage where we can have the most influence on the team, and probably not so much as a player, but you know, I think you guys are extremely knowledgeable. And Taz, you said the other day something that motivates you a lot is helping the young ones grow. And I think it's just awesome to see how selfless you two are, and how much you give to this team. So, you know, I think we're in a stage where we can give a lot to the team, and there's probably never been this much promising youth, so it's pretty exciting. Yeah, I do think that the next 6 months could be pretty awesome.